Man, you know what? And all of this because KD is saying, I want out of here, too. I mean, let's not forget the fulcrum of all of this. And I think that's one of the biggest things. Until there's some resolution, people are going to be asking, where's Kevin Durant going to land? Mm-hmm. There are all sorts of variables at work here, from roster makeup to salary cap and beyond. But I'd love to know from you, Coach, where you think KD is going to play next season. The Heat are a team a lot of people are talking about lately. What's it going to take for KD to get to Miami?
Yeah, when you look at Miami and the potential landing spots for Kevin Durant, obviously their names come up because, have some young assets, specifically a guy like Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero is a guy that would be included in this trade. And if you pair up Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo in a trade scenario like this, that's something that can make, obviously, the Heat very dangerous. Kyle Lowry, who was basically injured towards the end of the season, he came up short. But we know Jimmy Butler, man, this guy is a monster. He can get the job done. And if for some reason they can make the money work, again, I keep thinking another third team's going to get involved because you got so much salary, especially with Kevin Durant in the first year of that $198 million extension. I don't know if the Heat has enough guys from a contractual standpoint in terms of whether the Nets are going to want that type of package back. But Kevin Durant teaming up with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, whoa, they would be definitely the favorites in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, that is a tasty proposition. Mm-hmm. I got to be open here. We asked Coach, hey, give us 3 teams you think that KD could end up on. The Heat was one of them. Another one kind of surprised me a little bit, I got to say, the Celtics. I feel like the Celtics are making moves. They got Brogdon, they picked up Danilo Gallinari. How does KD end up on the C's?
Well, if I'm Brooklyn Nets, this is a team that it may not be Kevin Durant's favorite landing spot or one of his top 2, because the reports are he's talked more about the Heat, and I know we'll get to the Suns in a minute. But when you look at players that you can get back in return, you're talking about a Marcus Smart, potentially a Jaylen Brown. Man, that's a good-looking package in return, especially if you have to start a franchise over, and guys that I think would have great synergy and chemistry with a guy like Ben Simmons once Ben Simmons gets back to 100%. Now, we know the Celtics, they're not going to trade Jason Tatum. I would be very, very surprised. But if you can get Brown, if you can get Smart back, maybe a big to help you on the front line. I know they just re-signed Claxton. Then I think this catapults the Celtics. Whether Kevin Durant joins the Heat or the Celtics, they're going to be the favorites over a team like the Milwaukee Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers. So if I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I would call Boston first rather than want to have a discussion with the Heat or this next team that we're going to talk about.
We are talking about Kevin Durant. Everybody's on the phone right now, Coach. We're going to take this conversation offline, you and me, talk about why we haven't mentioned my Bulls just yet. That's neither here nor there. Best scenario for KD, you alluded to it, this coming season. That's in Phoenix in your eyes.
Oh, absolutely. And, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker spent, last summer playing on the national team for our great country, the USA, and won that gold medal. And I know those guys had a lot of conversations. Remember back when LeBron and Bosh and Wade played on the national team together? And, oh, by the way, they ended up playing on the Miami Heat together. But now you're talking about CP3, who's Kevin Durant has a tremendous amount of respect for. He and Devin Booker have been working out together in Los Angeles. I think Monty Williams, who's NBA Coach of the Year, who's really a great players coach. This is the ideal place, based on what I'm hearing, where Kevin Durant wants to play next season and end up in Phoenix. James Harden, he forced his way out of Houston to Brooklyn, forced his way out of Brooklyn to Philadelphia. So let's see if Kevin Durant can get his ideal landing spot, which is the Phoenix Suns.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.